All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Game 3 of Sunday Night Fights. It is an epic confrontation between two excellent players. It is Aimstrong, who goes by Simon in-game, and Tomitoma, also known as Contador. Now, for this very special Sunday Night Fight, Episode 5, Season 2, we're doing something special. If you're just joining us, you can watch both myself and Ami Polizzi-Funk here in Toluca Lake, California, Southern California, on our special secondary feed, which is JustinTV/Yoink15. It's a second feed of a webcam that's in our office here, right here in the Yoink Studios, which we will enjoy for the remainder of these last couple of games, best of 5 series between Aimstrong and Contador. However, our team is not just here in Southern California, it's worldwide, and I wanted to introduce also my co-host for Game 3 here, Mr. BioSparks. How are things going over there in bright and sunny UK?
Was wünschen Sie? What do you want?
Well, I think I may be following in the footsteps of Army since I drank a bit too much for my own good last game, so forming sentences as you knew when I was talking to you in the pre-game chat, it was a bit fucked up, so yeah, we're just gonna wing it from here, you know, we just gotta hope that we can just pull it through, and hopefully Army will come back to Berlin in one piece and continue being our fearless leader for Reborn.
Yes, indeed, this is true. If you need to fly over to my house, Bio, to sober up, that's fine. We can do that too. But we also have our cameraman and director, Mr. Budwise, who is going to be showing you this game in brilliant 1080p. And I know that he has 4th of July commitments to do also, so we want to get this game started. So, without any further ado, Budwise, if you're ready, I would like to get, BioSparks, if you're ready, I would like to get Budwise to roll that beautiful intro video for Game 3! Roll it, Budwise! Alright, friends, we are back for an exciting Game 3. This time it's a new map, same players. We have Simon Aimstrong in the south of Langres, playing for the Wehrmacht, and we've got Contador in the north, desperately trying to hold on as Americans. He's down 2-0. He's got to come back if he wants to play a 4th game. This is his chance to finally try and win a point on Langres. So, BioSparks, tell us, as Americans, what possibly could Contador do as Americans for this map to try and overtake Aimstrong's enormous monster of the Wehrmacht? What do you think?
First things first, he has to be aware of the long grey pin, which is obviously not as effective anymore because of the heavy cover that got taken away outside the base, but it still ever is a very dangerous thing to happen, so that's one thing he has to be careful of. So if he becomes over-aggressive and sort of gets pushed off the field completely, and then suddenly Aimstrong rushes up all his machine guns straight onto his base, you know, that can be a real problem, so he has to be aware of that. And I think now that you're 2 games down to 0, you want to play probably a safe build. So by a safe build, probably not the 4-engineer barracks start like he did when he last played Americans, because that can go like literally horribly wrong if you do one mistake. I mean, if you lose an engineer, you're behind. If you lose a rifle, you're definitely really far behind. So you need to make sure that's a perfectly executed strategy if you do it. So I'd say, yeah, play safe and take it easy. So probably, I'm not sure what Aimstrong likes to do on long range, to be honest. So maybe if Contador knows, he will have a doctrine or specific build in mind to counter it. But you know, Aimstrong, like I keep on saying, 97% win ratio. It's insane. How you go against that is beyond me. So we'll just have to see how what Contador has in store for him and what Aimstrong has pulled up his sleeve to probably deal with it.
Yeah, good points all the way around. You know, I agree. Contador's got a huge hill to overtake because Aimstrong is indeed playing with his vaunted Wehrmacht. And yeah, don't lose squads. Don't do something reckless. You gotta stay in the game. So at this point, I think that's all good advice. And without any further ado, I'd like to get this thing ready. Biosparks, are you ready? Budwise, we're ready to go at 5 seconds. I'm going to count this down here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, start.
Pioneers, all present und accounted for.
Did Yoink die on us?
Nope, I'm sorry. I'm here. I actually forgot to press the button. Maybe I'm a little drunk. I'm sorry.
I was
That was
thinking,
my fault.
You probably passed out from alcohol as well. Man, we botched
No.
this up.
No, that was my fault. I just had like a brilliant strategic epiphany, and I was talking without pressing the button down. Wow, that's fantastic. Fail on all parts. Anyway, so as I said before, as I was talking, well, as you don't know that I said before, that it looks like Contador did not take your advice, Bio, and instead he is building multiple engineers, and instead of going with something safe like riflemen's, he may be doing the same thing, the 4 engineer barracks start. That's very dangerous, I think, at this point. You know, we've got a standard start from Aimstrong in the south with Volksgrenadiers and Pioneers capping actually a very standard, comfortable grouping here. They're not advancing beyond their reach, which is good for them. But you know, the Americans, boy, they just basically have enough now to build their first riflemen. There's already Volksgrenadiers on the field. This is maybe Contador's comfort zone? What do you think, Bio? This can't be his comfort zone, right?
Well, considering loads of people in his replay pack said that he does 4 engineers start often, maybe he is comfortable. I mean, that build is also my most comfortable one, probably even better than 4 rifle start. But the point remains that we saw last game, as soon as he saw a 4 engineer racks, Aimstrong always goes, okay, I'm going to go quick tier 2. If you go bars, I'll get the grenadiers out. If it's motor pool, I'm going to get the pack out. So he knows exactly how to counter this strategy. Then again, it's not exactly a hard counter because, you know, the pack doesn't two-shot the M8 anymore, so if you play safe, you can still work around it, but he definitely knows his way around this strategy and how to defend it. So, yeah, we just have to hope maybe that Aimstrong makes a mistake or something.
Yeah, that's great. Now, Aimstrong is now engaging some engineers in the north part of the field. They're going to soft pedal their way right out of there. Looks like the Volksgrenadiers may want to try and do some chasing. Down in the south, though, we've got the same situation, only reversed. We have riflemen engaging Pioneers who don't soft pedal. They hard retreat right the heck out of there. And now we've got some aggressive play by Contador as he tries to cap that very important Wehrmacht strategic point right outside the Wehrmacht base. But now it looks like Volksgrenadiers sort of moving to the south at long range. They're going to start attacking them and chase them off, although the engineers were able to do what they wanted to do, and that's to turn that strategy point white. Now, Americans, at this point in the game, 3 minutes into the game, doing pretty much what you would expect them to do, and that's cap everywhere. And now here we go, Contador, in his typical strategy, one flamer and a bunch of infantry moving up on those two Volksgrenadiers, and Aimstrong recognizes that and has to retreat. That was a very strong and aggressive early push by the Americans, which is standard, I would think, Bao. You're going to tell me it's standard in this strategy to keep that all together.
Yeah, well, the thing is, Aimstrong now just popped out a sniper, so that really hurts. If you focus fire the flame, that's a huge punch in the offensive capabilities of the strategy. So you have to be careful. Whoa, and almost dies to a mine as well. So I think Aimstrong is just playing it safe. You know, he's like, okay, I don't have to overextend myself. Just have to take back the strat point. I'll connect my fuel back and use sniper shots to just push them off the field, and I'll be fine. So he's very calm and collected, and yeah, it just looks like Aimstrong always has a good hold against whatever sort of strategy you put against him. And he's also going to research tier 2. So again, another fast tier 2, because he thinks, okay, there might be a fast M8, so got to be prepared.
Right, and you know what? There's good usage of mines by both players here. There's mines have been laid north of that house by the middle, and also there's mines being laid also here in the south, right south of the victory point. So as these two players now match up for this third game here, both of them probably a little bit on edge. Aimstrong knows he can, you know, clinch up this match, and Contador knows he has got to put it together here for a win. You know, the sniper is on the field for the Wehrmacht. This is going to be a big trouble for the Americans. Backed up with MG42 power by the Wehrmacht, this is going to be really hard for the Americans. They're going to have to do some amazing flanking action. And you know what? I think that Contador just spotted Aimstrong dropping a mine, so he knows that Aimstrong is using his munitions for clever mine tricks on Langres. And I mean, you and I both know Langres is just glorious for mines, because there are so many of these road choke points that everybody likes to use. And perhaps the right thing for Contador to do now is to get a minesweeper, I think, especially if he's seeing all this mine usage this early. What do you think, Bio?
Yeah, I mean, especially since you have so many engineers as well, definitely get a minesweeper. You know, you don't need to upgrade every single one to a flame upgrade. You know, it's just there's no point unless you're going, you know, walking into every single mine and getting, you know, huge drain of manpower. But looking at the map now, you know, Contador's now been cut off, and there's a machine gun that's lurking around there, so he has to be careful. But then again, if you look at Contador's positioning, he has 2 rifles on the left-hand side, a couple of rifles to the north. He has a flame engineer on the right-hand side. You know, he can easily envelop this one machine gun if Aimstrong isn't careful. So he's going to have to hope he has those mines well placed, and hopefully they get tripped.
Yeah, you know, I mean, this is the thing. Americans do have the advantage in terms of flanking. Those riflemen move fast and furious, and one MG42 is not enough to keep your strategic position on the field secure, because Americans can just flank that very, very easily. And I'm hearing some combat here in the middle. It looks like Contador has been able to recap that important strat point for himself, and now the German forces are moving forward to try and take it back. Are these Americans going to be able to drive off this Pioneer squad that's capping in the middle? I don't think they're going to be able to do it unless he's able to get these other engineers to help him back it up. Boy, the sniper is floating right there, and now this MG42 is backing up German forces, and they're definitely going to be able to turn that white strategy point blue for the Germans, as the Americans are now facing the possibility of maybe a Langres pin into the base. It's a lot harder to do now, but he's certainly going to try. And now, here we go. The M8 is on the field very fast for the first time before bars for the Americans. And this is something that, wow, look at that fast shot, that Panzerfaust, before he could upgrade with side skirts. I wonder, did you think Aimstrong actually noticed that there were not side skirts there and just fired off that Panzerfaust because he knew he could do extra 25% damage without the side skirts? What do you think, Bio?
Well, it definitely buys you a hell of a lot of time. Like, normally an M8 can just be like, okay, I took a Panzerfaust shot, no big deal. But if you're unskirted, you have to retreat it straight away and get it repaired, because if it runs over a mine, instant death. And I like Aimstrong's read on the situation. He was like, okay, bars haven't popped yet, so I'm going to gamble on the M8 is going to pop out, and he has the pack ready on the field as well. So the timing push of the M8 has been negated successfully until it hits the front lines. So yeah, it just looks like Aimstrong has a perfect read on his opponent. You know, he seems to... I mean, he must have read the guide or something, because he just knows this inside out.
That's exactly right. You know, this Pac-38 is going to handle this M8 just fine, but on the left here, we have Americans moving forward to that unsupported sniper that now has to run away uncloaked. The Grenadiers are now coming out, so obviously now Contador knows that Aimstrong has gone Tier 2. He doesn't see any vets, so he knows there must be a pack on the field. You know, he hasn't seen any Shreks coming out either. Boom! There goes that mine in the center. Doesn't take up... Oh, another mine! Boy, retreating mines. Boy, that's rough. Boy, that's a hard one to be able to take right in the face on your retreating rifleman. He almost lost that third rifle squad there. And now it looks like that this M8 is going to go for a right-hand flank here down the right-hand side of the field, backed up by a very, very healthy engineer contingent. Although, wow, look at that. One shot off. Is that not skirted? What's going on here? That one Pac-38 shot did a tremendous amount of damage to it, and here is where where Contador is going to have some trouble. This sniper is going to be able to pick away at his repair abilities, I should say Contador's repair abilities, one at a time, and this M8 is not going to be able to do anything of it. Look how far back into the field that the M8 has to retreat in order to get any sort of repairs, and now while there is an enormous engineer contingent there repairing this thing, I'm sure we're going to take some sniper damage here. Oh, no, you know, it looks like Aimstrong was not able to, he didn't want to make that pressure. He wasn't sure what was going to be all the way up there. And now it looks like both sides have sort of retreated to their respective sides. There's some combat in the north. Volksgrenadiers are now retreating back off the field from trying to harass that northern fuel. That's going to be safe for the Americans at this point. Let's see, what have we got going on in the American base? Nothing. Oh, now we got more combat here in the center. Understrength Volksgrenadiers unsupported now in the face of this M8 with this huge engineering contingent. Look at that, it's 4 engineers, Bio, as we get a combat here down towards the center. These engineers now have to retreat. Ooh, boy, that's going to leave that M8 unsupported. What do you think? If you were the Americans, what would you be doing right now? Pushing hard or continue to harass?
He should definitely put up the pressure, because looking at the map control, he's in a really big hurt, but he's blobbing up all his entire engineers and rifles, and that means, you know, you get suppressed by one machine gun, you're forced off the map, so definitely not something you want. Whoa, huge mine going off on the left-hand side, getting off 4 members of a rifle squad. But yeah, with this strategy, you have to be flanking from every single angle possible, not just control group 1 and attack move, as I like to exaggerate on the forums. And oh, this M8's in a serious amount of trouble. It went over another mine as well, and with a pack nearby, it surely means doom for the M8.
Yeah, this is a problem here. Bio, let's do a quick time sync. Bio, I know you're lagging out here. We're at 11, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Oh boy! Oh, that M8 is desperately struggling to survive. Those Volksgrenadiers were trying to spot for that Pac-38, and instead, oh my gosh, a Panzerfaust right as the engineers were trying to save that M8. Oh, it's terrible. Oh, the humanity. Those engineers now have nothing to repair. It's like a giant army engineering corps now running around on the field with some combat and minesweeper abilities. But boy, look at this giant German infantry contingent right here in the center of the field. Vet 1 Grenadiers, very tough. Vet also an understrength MG42, allowing them to cover themselves as they cap this important strategic point that's really going to cut off the fuel for Contador. He's picked bars now. I don't know if this is going to help him. He's sending understrength rifle squads into the field with bars. At this point, I don't know, Bio, what do you think? Understrength riflemen are not going to save him at this point, especially when there's enough fuel in the bank for Simon to go to Tier 2. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, this is losing the M8, especially when you've invested so much into it, puts you really far behind. And although he's capping left-hand side pretty well, you know, the fact is that he can't, outside his base, you know, he's really, like, just been forced off completely. You know, the MG is just locking down everything, the sniper's picking away, Vet 2 is just about to finish upgrading, sorry, has finished upgrading, so now he's up against a severe amount of Grenadiers, which are, you know, like superhuman at Vet 2, as everyone knows. So, yeah, now that the pack has been decrewed, but it's just sitting there in case another M8 comes out as well. Yeah, it's big trouble for Contador at the moment.
Yeah, you know, a fully healed Grenadier squad at Bet 2 will win combat versus a fully healed Rifleman Bard squad. So, you know, Contador has to put more infantry... Oh my god, he just lost a rifle squad and dropped a bar. He has to put more infantry, man per man, on the field to face these Grenadiers at Vet 2, and he's not doing that, and they are under strength. And now he says, I failed. This is a problem. All games for him. Yeah, he may have recognized that this might be a disaster in the making. And you know what, very graciously, Aimstrong says, you know, good days and bad days, which is very true. Everybody has good days and bad days at Company of Heroes. You never know what's going to happen. And he accepted to play today. I don't know why. That's what Contador. Perhaps he's making some sort of... trying to explain himself. You know, maybe he wasn't feeling well. He wouldn't be in good shape. Okay, well, you know what? That's fair. The guy's doing his best. But you know what? When it comes down to Sunday night fights, you play the game with the army that you're given. And, well, it looks like the army that he was given was not very good. Bio, I think maybe we can play sometime when we're both in shape. All right, well, Simon's being very gracious at this point.
I think that's more of a cheap shot, to be honest with you. I mean, he's like,
well,
dominating, and he's like, well, I'm not in shape. That's actually quite funny. Well, that's up to interpretation, but still, it's...
I'm trying to think the best. I really am trying to think the best here of both of these players. But yeah, you know what? You read into that more than I did. And now there's combat here right on the left side of the American base. Boom! A grenade is tossed and dodged. And now we have Grenadiers leaving. Boy, you know what? I mean, if Contador wanted to play this infantry game, he needed to build a triage center in his base. You can't have understrength riflemen walking around against Vet 2 Grenadiers. You're just going to bleed off manpower like no tomorrow. And now most of the map is capped completely in favor of the Germans, and this is going to be a catastrophe.
Yeah, I mean, he's losing rifle squads left, right, and center, and he's, well, should probably be concentrating on the game other than, well, borderline whining. But either way, you know, Aimstrong is insanely good, you know? It's just, you have to be at your best to compete with this guy. I mean, then again, he claims quite clearly here he's not at his best, and he won a tournament, you know, so... I shudder at the thought of going up against Aimstrong when he's, like, fully practiced.
Right, with Wehrmacht, too, no doubt, right? I mean, would you want to go up against his Wehrmacht?
Man, not in your life. Not in your life. I'd rather just sit here and drink and watch the games unfold rather than go through the horror of actually playing them against him, you know? Yeah, I just don't know. I mean, I feel bad for Army, though. You know, he missed a pretty good stomping.
Yeah, actually, at the end of this game, I gotta go into the into my bathroom and see, because Ami's been in there the whole time. I don't know if I need to call 911. He's been in there the whole time, just so you guys know. I mean, he's in there, and I haven't heard a single thing from him. My wife went over to her friend's house, so I'm here by myself. So if there's like a dead body in there, you know, I'm gonna run back out. You guys need to monitor JustinTV/Yoink15, because I'm going to take this laptop in so we can see what's going on in there. I hope that there's not a dead body in there. I just want you to know. He didn't have that. I mean, come on. It's
well,
McAllen.
Let's put it
I mean,
this way. He went out the way he wanted to, you know, just casting COH, having a blast at your house. Man, I'd go out that way, to be honest.
Absolutely. You know, you're always welcome. All Sunday Night Fights viewers and staff are welcome at the Yoink Castle in Toluca Lake, and oh my gosh, look at this! Hold on, there is still some combat going here. We got a Puma, an upgunned Puma, to try and take out this one M8 here. Perhaps this is the last gasp of Contador as he tries to play. He tries to lull it up here, chase away. You know what? This thing might actually have an advantage on the M8. It got the first shot off. If he continues to kite it like this, or oh, now we got some missed shots. Oh my goodness, this M8 might actually go down. This might be a small tactical victory in a loss of the war. This Puma's going to try, and oh my gosh! Oh, 5%! Oh, is it going to get it? Come on, get it! Come on, Puma, keep going, go, fire! There, we got it! All right, a minor tactical victory for a good player in what is otherwise a loss of the war, and there they GG it. Budwise, will you please roll that video? Axis wins, and the end of another Sunday Night Fight 3-0. Yeah, absolutely. Everybody, I just want you to know, thank you for joining us for a fantastic Sunday night fight here in Los Angeles, California. Ami Polizifunk flew all the way 6.5 million miles from Berlin to fly into Los Angeles and visit his family, and he came and joined me here in Los Angeles. And we broadcasted live 2 games from my office with BioSparks. And Ami had a lot of McAllen. And now, if you want to go to our second stream, all of you viewers, it's JustinTV/Yoink15, where I have a second laptop here that is streaming live from my office with a webcam. And I'm going to go take this into the bathroom to see where Ami Polizifunk is to make sure that he is going to be okay. He's in there. So, BioSparks, any final commentary before we go into to do the bathroom cam?
Yeah, I think before we witness the horror that we're just about to see, I think very well played by Aimstrong. I was the first to say when the thing got announced what your predictions were, and I said 3-0 Aimstrong. Yeah, pretty much just like I predicted, just because Aimstrong is such a sick player. And yeah, what can I say, man? He's impressed me the entire tournament. He's impressed me now, and probably forever to come. He's just such a good guy. And yeah, I think I still need to do an interview with him as well for the tournament, so I need to get on that ASAP as well. So we'll catch some behind the scenes, behind the player as well. But now I just really want to check out this webcam shit.
Okay. All right. Yes, definitely. We're all looking forward to your interview with Aimstrong. We think that's going to be an excellent, excellent interview. I'm sure you'll do a great job. And I just wanted to say thank you for everyone here on the Sunday Night Fights and GameReplays.org staff, and now for BioSparks, for Budwise, for NTD, for Hillhome, for everyone at GameReplays.org. My name is Yoink. Thanks for joining us. If you want more Sunday Night Fights action, join us on our other stream at JustinTV/Yoink15. And now we're going to do some webcam fun and check on our good friend and co-host Ami Polizifunk as he passes out in my bathroom. So for everyone else worldwide, thank you for joining us and have a great night. Good night.